Hari Om and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This is Yamuna Devi. Thank you. I've been asking a question recently to myself. Why do we hold on to pain when it hurts? Why do we hold on to pain when it hurts? And this is true. I've seen this so many times. We hold on to suffering, to pain, to everything that hurts, even painful memories, because we're used to it, because we are suffering and are so used to the suffering and the pain that it feels good. But we don't realize that there's a way out. Sometimes we even cling to suffering because of fear. Fear of the unknown, of what if I feel good. And that happens a lot because I'm comfortable with this pain. I'm used to this suffering. I understand it. And I'm living it. I've been living it for so many years. And that what if I feel good? What if I shift? What if I change? Is different. And something different to what I'm comfortable with, right? To my comfort zone of what I know is uncomfortable. So I've been thinking about this because I've seen it so many times, and recently we had a beautiful community Marma therapy, the 92nd community Marma therapy. And this session's intention for the group was to release control, to let go of that need to control, to allow our life to flow. That was the intention. It's so beautiful because lately I've been seeing that, and this group, it's exactly what it needed, to release control and allow life to flow with ease and to be free from it. Because let's be honest, control is hard. It's stressful. It creates pain. It creates resistance, restriction, right? It creates heaviness. It's like a weight you're carrying, right? Because you're trying to keep everything in order and you're trying to make everything right. Why? Why do you think that happens? Think about it. We're trying to always control and keep everything in order because of that fear. Fear if everything falls apart. And what if everything falls apart? What if everything falls apart because it's meant to be reconstructed? Because the universe has a different plan for you. These are all the things that come up. But we fear, and we feed off of that fear, and guess what? That fear feeds off of us. It's like a symbiotic relationship, right? There's this feeding, constant feeding. We feed off the fear, and the fear feeds off of us. No, don't allow your energy to be depleted by this fear. This fear robs you from your joy. It robs you from your happiness. It robs you from your energy. It robs you from your peace. It takes more energy to feed fear than to feed joy. Joy just is. Peace just is. But that fear, wow, it's very dense. It's a very dense energy. And along with that fear, there is anxiety, frustration. Because when we fear something, we can get anxious. We can be frustrated. The reactions are different. We can go into depression because the anxiety overpowers, the fear overpowers us. So why do we want to keep control? Because we're used to it, a certain situation, a certain way. And we're fearing that unknown. We don't know what will happen if that falls apart, if that crumbles, if the structure crumbles, if the structure just flows. It flows with ease. The truth is, I will tell you the truth. As much as we try to control something, we control nothing. That's the truth. We control nothing. Zero. The only thing we can manage, but we can't even control, is ourself, our emotions. The way we feel, the way we behave, that we can manage. But we control nothing. In our mind, we think, I control everything. But nothing. What is there to control? There's nothing to control. Relationships we can't control. Some people are trying to keep it together. Keep the relationship together. And make it work and try it out. Okay, it's good, of course. We want to try and make it work and see if it, we give it a try so that we don't feel hurtful or thinking about that what if. But we cannot pressure someone to love us. We cannot pressure love to happen. We cannot control a relationship. Love just is. But expectations, it's different. When we have expectations, it's different. It's I give you and you give me. That's not love. Love you just give. And love comes easy and you receive it. But it's not expecting. I give and the person gives me. Because then we suffer. So this session was so beautiful. People I scheduled this in advance and people were hesitating once I put the intention out there, because I really felt it. And I felt in my gut, like a gut feeling. I said, this session is going to be great, and it's going to be about control and about releasing that need to control and to allow life to flow. And guess what? The people that really I thought needed to come were busy. They were doing so many things. And the people who I didn't think that were gonna come came. And guess what? They were surprised themselves. And I asked before the session to state their intention for their session so that they have that in their energy field, so that they create that intention so that it manifests. Because everything is energy. Your thoughts are energy, words are energy, everything. And they did mention that control was hurting them, that need to control everything is causing too much pain and stress in their life, that they wanted to release it. And I asked them, where do they think that need to control was coming from? Eventually, fear. Fear to lose a relationship, fear to lose someone, fear to not keep things together. And that happens a lot. But I will tell you, and I told them, you are here because you have seen the need to release control. because you recognize that control is a problem in your life. But guess what? The people that didn't show up, they feel they don't control anything, they're good. But I will tell you that there are control issues, that they don't know how to let go. And that is what they most need in their life. And if they recognize that, their life will just flow and bloom into anything they want in their life, that anything they need in their life, it will just happen. So I told them, you're here because you realized that there's a problem first. You're aware of that problem, that need to control. And you know, 3, that it's not suitable for you, it's not supporting you, and it's actually depleting your energy, your life force. And they said, yes, Yamuna, like they would tell me, I feel drained, I feel tired. You know, it's a tiring energy because it's constant. To control something, you need a lot of energy. You need to put a lot of force, life force into it. And when you realize that you can't control anything, life becomes easy. So within that need to control, we started working on where you can put that energy. Because that's one thing, you have that energy, but what do you do when you remove it from that control? You use it on things you love, your self-care, your happiness, your joy, your hobbies. If it's painting, drawing, singing, gardening, reading, so many beautiful things. But invest your energy in that direction. That does not deplete you from energy. When you control, you will lose your energy because it takes a lot of energy. It's really tiring. Mental energy, emotional energy, physical energy, right? So they realized that, and after the session they felt light, they felt happy, they feel joyful. They told me that they started doing the things that they love, the things that make them happy, and that they felt lighter, and they just really wanted to come back to themselves. They had forgotten who they were. They lost themselves in that space of control and fear, that they wanted to come back to that peace and that joy that they've felt all their life. But they got into that space and kept feeding that energy, and they lost their own energy, their own interest, their own love for life. So it's really beautiful. So I was really happy for them because they accepted their own issue, and those that didn't come for whatever reason, excuse, I understand the commitments, but guess what? They were not ready. They weren't ready to receive and to release. That energy has to exist. The want to receive, and when that want to receive is there, there's a need to release. Because when there's a fist that's closed, if you want to receive something, you have to release, and then you receive. But you can't receive from a closed fist, from a fist that is controlling, from a fist that is dominating, that is full. You need to release and receive. And in that space, you can feel that lightness of life, feel that joy. And they mentioned how wonderful they felt. So control is fear-based. When you release your need of fear, fear is not your friend. Control is not your friend. Your friend is happiness. Your friend is peace. Your friend is joy. Your friend is light. Those are the energies that we want to fill our being with so that our life flows. And when you understand that your life begins to flow, you understand that control and fear is not a part of your life. That you cannot control anyone. That you cannot control any situation. That the universe knows what you need, and your life flows in divine proportion, in the direction it needs to flow. So, the same as a flower. The flower, you cannot tell it bloom now. Actually, well, we cannot force the flower, but I will tell you something. I have this beautiful jasmine tree. I asked her, it would be lovely if you bloomed during this month or this period, because we're having a gathering and I would love for everyone to smell you and to enjoy you when you're in full bloom. And she bloomed. But I didn't force her. You can't force trees. You can talk to them. But you cannot force a bloom. You cannot force mango to come in February. The mango comes ripe in June, July, when it needs to. The coconuts, the apples, every fruit, the oranges, apricots, every fruit comes at the exact season. You can't ask for them to shift, because they work with the environment, with the soil, with the weather, with the conditions of Mother Earth. It's beautiful. The sunrise, the sunset. You cannot ask the sunrise, wait a little bit because I want to take a nap a little bit more. The sun rises naturally. There's no control. There's no control over the sunset. How beautiful to release that control, that need. And when you release it, you feel much more powerful inside, because you're no longer depleting your energy. You feel much more lively. You feel energetic. You feel happy. Cannot describe the joy and happiness of people's face after. So magical. So ask yourself, what am I needing to release? Am I holding on to something? What am I holding on to? And how does that affect me? Does it make me feel good to hold on? Or does it hurt me? The hurt that you feel may feel familiar. You may even have an emotional attachment to it. Just like people have emotional attachment to their own pain and suffering, that they continue repeating the same story, that they continue repeating their same trauma. We need to rewrite our story, and we can. Not to live in that space. You can rewrite your story. You can rewrite your story. When you live in that space of repeating, things that deplete your energy, memories that deplete your energy. You will be drained of your joy because you are no longer feeding energy into joy. You are feeding it into the wrong direction, into that negative space. So the choice is yours, how you want to allow your life energy to flow. But I'm telling you, controlling is not the way. Let life flow, and life will bloom beautifully. Just water it, give it nice nourishment, and be patient. And let the sun touch it, let the wind touch it, the water, and you just witness and observe, and you give love. Give love to that energy. Allow people to be. We cannot control, as much as we love to control others and how they react. Remember, everyone is a different universe, and everyone is allowed to be how they want to be, and they are in their process. You are in your process, but you are responsible for yourself, how you want to live in this life. Either choose to live unhappy, controlling, fearful in that space, or choose joy, choose bliss, choose peace, choose lightness, choose light. Because you are the peace. Peace is within you. Reconnect with yourself and experience that divinity within you. You are so blessed. You are so gifted. And you are so loved. And you are lovable. Thank you for being here. Hariom.